My family has moved around a lot over the past decade, and we knew that it was highly likely that another move was in store for us. Knowing that, I hesitated to jump in and start serving. But I knew God was nudging me to do something, and I had felt that nudge for a while. Unfortunately, I had been disobedient, and I didn't really do anything about that nudge. And then one day, I felt that God was pushing me even harder, almost shoving me to do something about it, to take action. And ironically, on that same day, Ed Bellner came to me and asked me about serving. It was at that point that I attended Growth Track, and after Growth Track, I started to host Growth Track. And it was such a wonderful experience. And I know that God had blessed me because I had been obedient to say yes and jump in. If I could do it all over again, I wish I had jumped in to do Growth Track years ago. Because now I know the blessings that I have witnessed and received by being a Growth Track host, and I do regret not doing it sooner. I wish I could have spent years being a Growth Track host. My experience with hosting Growth Track has been very eye-opening to me. I'm typically a pretty shy and introverted person, but given the right circumstances, I feel like I come alive, and I'm hoping to come alive for Jesus. And Growth Track is one of those situations where I can use the gifts that God has given me, my spiritual gifts, as well as just how He has created me in terms of my personality and my characteristics. And it was a perfect alignment of those gifts that I could use in that setting. By hosting, I got to meet new people. I got to help them connect to CedarCreek. And I really enjoyed helping them see where their giftings were and how they could serve the church. I have seen some incredible ways that God has used me since hosting Growth Track. Ironically, I was also asked to speak at a women's conference on the exact same topic as what we cover in Growth Track. And at first I said, no, I'm too busy. There's too much on my plate. But once I realized that there was a common denominator, and that common denominator was something I was extremely passionate about, I could see God's handprint all over that. And He was leading the way for me to follow and obey. And so I did. And now I see the writing on the wall. I see how God has been using me and my gifts and preparing me all this time to do those two things that align really well with one another.